It is easier to throw stones at someone else's glass house. Yes, it is very easy to bring out some kind of story when it has to do with someone else. It is easy to come out to the social media, the streets and the pages of social media and say something bad about someone simply because that thing has nothing to do with you. But when it comes to your personal person, you will not hear people talk again. No. Nobody is going to come out and say anything again. In fact, they will want it to be hidden. They will want it to be something private, something that the public will not have to talk about. When something concerns someone else, people tend to come out and give some kind of opinions that will make you wonder, this person got no heart? Has this person got no human sympathy and at least consideration? The reason why I'm saying this is because of the recent story that has been making waves on the streets of social media concerning those two girls that went missing and probably killed. There's something I want to say. There was this movie I watched. I've actually forgotten the title of this movie. It has to do with a woman who was working for a media agency. It's more like a national TV something in that movie. So she always reports trending stories. Once a story comes out, her media house already knows that she will be the one to report it. They always look forward to her reporting stories. One day, her daughter was involved in something scandalous. Her daughter was involved in a very big scandal. Do you know what this woman did? When she got to the location where that thing happened, and she found out that it was her daughter, she refused to report it. She refused to say anything about it. She told her colleague, her junior colleague working with her, not to write anything concerning that story. So other media houses reported the story and started taking the publicity that her media house was supposed to take on that particular story. Her superior, that's her boss, called her and asked her, why have you not reported this story? Do you know what the woman told her boss? That story involved her daughter and that she wouldn't want anything that would make her to write about her daughter and for the world to see the bad thing her daughter did. Her boss refused and said, no, you must write this story or you will be fired. She chose to be fired. She was fired instead of writing that story. So I want you all to draw a lesson from this I've just said now. When it has to do with someone else, we tend to draw out all our bow and arrows to victim shame the person. These two girls that were killed, I'm not supporting what they did. I'm not saying that what they did or the way they have chosen to live their lives, I'm not saying it's good. And I'm not saying we should not blame them where they have their own blame. But I'm saying that we should also consider that something like that could happen to anybody. It could happen to you that you think you have a precious angel of a daughter. Your daughter can decide to choose to live that kind of life. And there's nothing you can do about it. Okay? So for the fact you saw that those two girls went and they didn't come back, you shouldn't really focus all your judgment on they deserve what they got. They deserve what nobody deserves them. That's what they do. Except, of course, they take life. Which taking life, only life can equate life. But if someone has not done something that involves taking life, I don't think the person deserves to die. People are out there casting stones from left, front, back, left, right, and center, throwing stones and saying they deserve what they got, When are we actually going to lay blames on the right source? This man is a serial killer. That man, or whoever he is, the man is a serial killer. We should focus on people who are luring girls and killing them. And then we focus our attention on if they have stayed in their parents' houses, would death have come to them? Nobody knows what will happen to you. You can even be eating from the same plate with your best friend, your relation, somebody you trust so much, and that person will unalive you. The person will just end you. Do you know that? So it's not about going to somewhere you don't know. Those girls, they went to somewhere they don't know today. What of those people that have been going to somewhere they know and something still happened to them? People are now saying, why will they go? Why would they go? I'm not supporting them for going, but let's not move the focus that lives have been lost. Life is sacrosanct. Nobody can create a life. So nobody has the right to take a life. Don't you think so? Those families that lost their two daughters in this unfortunate incident of someone, luring them and taking their lives. Do you think they will be saying the same thing you're saying? Do you think they will be saying, my daughter deserved what she got? Do you think they'll be saying that? They will be in serious pains. They will be in pains, mourning and wishing for justice to be gotten for their daughters. But because it's not someone that is related to you, because it's not someone that you know, yeah, they deserve what they got. That is not how a pathetic human being should think. You'll be claiming you have a good heart. I don't have a hardened heart. But something like this happened to somebody, and you're saying, yes, they deserve it. I heard the full story from a very reliable source, and I saw that the line of work they chose to do is not the kind of line of work that I will support any lady to do. But something unfortunate befell them. Let's have human sympathy and call out the person that took their lives, and not focus on victim shaming them, blaming them for their own death. Look at the madman on the street, perambulating and playing and fooling around. And then you see that madman, you just move your face and laugh and even make fun of him. But do you think his own brother, that madman's brother, will do the same to him? Someone may mean nothing to you, but they mean the whole world to someone else. Someone may mean nothing to you, but someone else's life depends on that person. So no matter how we are pushed, or we have the urge to throw the blames and tell them that they deserved what they got, we should also remember that it can happen to anybody. It can happen to anybody. Oh. When it happens to you, you want to cover it. You even be looking for way to pay or report to Facebook so they can take it down, so your name will not be published out there, so your name will not be tarnished out there. But when it happens to someone else, you won't even try to put yourself in that person's shoes. Even if the girls deserve what they got, what about the families? Do you think their family support their line of business? Do you think their family supported what they did when they were alive? Do you think their family support them? If not for anything, let's feel the pain their family might be feeling will be feeling at the moment. Because it's not easy to lose a loved one. It's not easy to lose a family member. So let's try our best to reduce the victim shaming. Something will happen to a young girl because she went to see a man. You say she deserves what she got. This moment, I think we should be giving out our condolences to the families involved, and not saying they deserve it. They deserve it. The greatest pain in this life is when someone knows that this thing that happened to me, yes, it happened to me out of my own fault. That person will not want someone to come and be rubbing it in and be saying, I told you so, you shouldn't have. That's the greatest pain. When something bad happens to you, instead of someone to be telling you sorry and sharing your pain with you, the person will be increasing the pain by telling you, I told you so, you shouldn't have done this, you deserve this, you deserve that. Please, let's have pity. Let's have empathy on these families that are involved. Two whole human beings, and maybe other people that we don't even know. And for you there thinking, I'm not living an Olosho life, oh, I'm not an Olosho, I'm not a Rons babe. You're not a Rons babe, but you have a boyfriend. Do you trust your boyfriend that he will not turn around and use you for whatever money making something? Do you trust that person? Even relatives use their fellow relatives. It can't be person wey no even relate to you. So my point is, even if you are saying those girls, why did they go? Their lives have been taken. Let's not focus on saying they deserve what they got, deserve what they got. Let us also remember to sympathize with them and send our condolences to the family. My heartfelt condolence goes to the family of these two ladies. I don't know them. I don't even know their names, because such stories used to make me sick to my stomach. So I didn't want to start paying so much attention to it. But there's something that has been going on, and I want to bring it out, because this thing it keeps happening and happening. Like, people don't want to stop it. Please, let's send our condolence and mourn with them.